Good morning, everybody. Good morning, allegedly. Nurse Vaughn, Mimi 126. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Hey, Scooter. Hi, good morning. I don't know if you guys are going to get the notification for this or not, but thanks for joining me. Thanks, everybody, for hopping on. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your work week. So today I wanted to talk about a ever growing epidemic. Hey, Jessica. Thanks, Jessica. Jessica said, "Good morning, Olivia. Loving these lives lately." Thank you, Jessica. Well, I told you guys I was going to start putting out some different content. And so this is one of those videos actually this morning. I know that many of us have been hearing about the ever growing epidemic, and the epidemic is human trafficking, human sex trafficking, in particular, our black girls and women and boys, but in particular, our black girls and women. Hundreds of thousands of black girls and women go missing every year in this country, and it's really pushed to the wayside. Nobody's concerned about it. Nobody's we a lot of us are speaking out about it, but overall, there's not an initiative put in place, in particular in our urban areas. And it's a lot going on with not only just human sex trafficking, just the human trafficking of black people in general, human trafficking in general across the board, all races. It's also an epidemic, but it's in particular an ever growing rate, an ever growing number of black women and girls gone missing in the United States of America. And so I want to talk about this morning. We have to do a video about Billy D Williams. Is that who you're talking about, Scooter? My heart skipped a beat when Max said there's trafficking. Absolutely, it's all over the place. Human trafficking has actually taken the place, in my opinion, of drugs being sold in America, especially in predominantly black urban neighborhoods, metropolitan areas, and come to find out that the hub for one of the major hubs for human trafficking is Atlanta, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia is only a couple of hours away from where I live. And I was like, oh my God, like I knew it was getting bad throughout the country, especially in bigger metropolitan cities, but I had no idea the rate that it was growing and the things that were going on in Atlanta. And like I said, Atlanta is a couple of hours away from me, and it is shocking. Scooter High said I was on a panel speaking to about 110 girls about human trafficking last month. Really, it's amazing how little our youth. Yes, It's amazing how little our youth go about it. And I found, so I was trying to do a little research on YouTube to see if I could find one or two videos concerning the ever growing epidemic of human trafficking, via our young girls and boys. And I found like so many videos concerning this issue. I was like, all kind of, young girls are speaking out. But like I said, it's an ever growing epidemic, and a lot of the stigma surrounding Scooter High. As a matter of fact, a lot of the stigma surrounding human trafficking, in particular human sex trafficking, is that you have these runaway girls, or you have these, women, girls, and men, on drugs, and they're just selling their body on the street. Because human trafficking doesn't only mean, like they snatch you up off the street, they abduct you or whatever. You can have human trafficking going on, in your backyard. The old days they called them pimps, and all this and all that. The pimps, they would pimp out these women and girls for monies or whatever, and all this and all that. Well, it's morphed into something more insidious. They are in these human metropolitan areas. Girls are being human trafficked not only in this country, in the city, but throughout the world. And one of the major hubs for human sex trafficking in particular, is Atlanta, the metropolitan area of Atlanta, which is predominantly black, and in particular, the one of the main, I guess, what do you call it, transportation routes is the Atlanta airport. And I was like, oh my goodness, Scooter says, right, offenders are not strangers to no, not all of them. They are not all strangers to the victims. And there's also an ever-growing rate of black women, women across the board, but predominantly black women, being abducted or almost abducted, via Uber rides. Okay, I'm gonna play a video for y'all in a little bit that I found on YouTube here. I'm gonna play the audio for you about there's several of them, but one girl in particular, it was particularly alarming for me. And I'm gonna play. It is her almost being. It's the story of her almost being abducted. Because she was trying to get an Uber ride home, and it was. I was like, oh my god, yes, Atlanta is number 2 in the nation. I live in Atlanta. Is that right, Scooter High? Wow. Wow. Yeah. 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 But anyway, before we get to that, and I'm gonna play, like I said, a couple of those videos because it's best I can speak about it. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's best if you hear, some of the testimonials from some of these girls, these black women, they have almost been abducted. Do you see what I'm saying? But first, I want to show you guys some stats. You know what I mean? Jessica said at Scooter High, I lived there almost 30 years. ATL is horrible. Yeah, they say, there's a meme going around that says, don't move to Atlanta, we fool, and all of this and all that. And you have in Atlanta, you have a lot of money. There's a lot of money in Atlanta. You have a lot of alternative lifestyles going on in Atlanta. And we know if you have a lot of money in this world, you can live any kind of lifestyle you want. I did a video the other day talking about R. Kelly. Do you see what I'm saying? And all the things all the trafficking that he was doing, and we would be remiss to think that R. Kelly was only hoarding those women for himself. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, a lot of people think that the pimp hoe culture it's really cool. It's really popular. And like I said, in a lot of areas, the crime of human trafficking has become more lucrative than the drug trade, the drug sale, because it's harder to get a hold to human traffickers, pimps, if you will, than it is drug dealers. And so the country is so focused on, one thing, stamping out one thing. And yes, I heard that DC was number 1. Yes, I did. I heard that DC was number 1. I sure did. I got to troll y'all. Hold on. And yeah, I heard that DC was number 1. Yeah, metropolitan DC, predominantly urban metropolitan areas. I read a statistic a little while ago that stated some 64,000 girls annually go missing in DC or something like that. I was like, oh my god! And it says that in Atlanta, the human trafficking, brings in upwards of $290 million a year. And is there any wonder why government officials have been so laxed when it comes to human trafficking? And we know that black women across the board, we are left unprotected, and that is another reason why human trafficking is so rampant in the black community among black women and girls in particular. Jessica said, "Child, the entertainment live was so good. R. Kelly has slicked a lot of these young." Yes, he has, Jessica. Scooter says, well, the reason human trafficking is trying to take over drug trafficking is because you can traffic a human repeatedly, yes, over and over again. You're absolutely right. You can only sell drug one time. You can sell a girl or a woman over and over again. So yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Jessica B said, oh my God, DC, OMG, the population ain't but so big. Yes, it's absolutely scary. Like I said, the country knows that this is going on before there not to be a large outcry. I remember, do you guys remember in 2014, several schoolgirls were kidnapped, not kidnapped from Nigeria by the terrorist organization called Boko Haram. And the whole world was shocked. Michelle Obama the first lady. She was still the first lady in 2014, and she launched a hashtag Bring Back Our Girls initiative. And that hashtag was popular across the world, especially on social media like sites like Twitter, Instagram. Entertainers got involved. It was a massive campaign to bring back the Nigerian girls. Do you see what I'm saying? This was 2014, but what about here? Our girls matter too. Our lives matter too. Why aren't there some national campaign to bring back our girls right here in the States? Why are we being overlooked? Do you see what I'm saying? Jessica said, yes, I remember Michelle Obama spoke out. Half of the girls were sold, made slaves, and or ended up pregnant. Yes, you're absolutely right. Well, some of those same things are happening right here in this country under our noses. Okay, where is the national outcry about our black women and girls right here in the United States of America that go missing at an ever growing and alarming rate? Do you see what I'm saying? Where's the outcry for our girls? But in particular, black women and girls, we know that we are left defenseless, in our communities, and we are left defenseless because there is a lack of a strong black male presence in our communities. Okay, this is the number one reason that we've been left unprotected. Okay. And it is going to be on us to try to, form some kind of initiative or at least stay safe. We have to start telling our girls and our women to be safe. Don't go out alone. Watch your back. If you out drinking and stuff, don't call an Uber driver. What about one person that always has to be sober that can drive you home? When I was young, going out in clubs and stuff, me and my friends, we never left each other alone. If one left, we all left. There was no going home, with a dude by yourself and all of this and all that. We all left together. Do you see what I'm saying? And a lot of girls are, being left defenseless for lack of knowledge. They're young. They think it won't happen to them. All sort of things are going on, and it's real scary. It's not only the girls that are out drinking and out. You could be like in a Walmart or a Target and get abducted. Your child, if you're a single mother, if you're not a single mother, you could just have your kid out, in a Walmart, in a parking lot. You see people circling around, grocery stores and Walmarts and places like that. And many of these people are predators. They're trying to snatch you and or your children up. And you will be gone missing without a trace, never seen again. And we have to, be even more vigilant, and we have to, like we talk to our black boys, about, how to handle themselves if they're stopped by the police. We also have to warn our children and try to educate our children as it pertains to human trafficking and how to protect themselves. This is something that nobody wants to talk about. Hey, real mamas wants to talk about with their children, but it's imperative. Well, I've heard stories of girls, being snatched from the bus stop. Do you see what I'm saying? While you waiting to go to school. All of this taken from Uber drivers, which are really, sex predators and all of this and all that. It's crazy. Jessica said, you are absolutely correct. The resources are not available in impoverished areas. That's right. That's why it is particularly heinous what's going on to our black women and girls. And like I said, urban metropolitan areas, because the socioeconomic level is at an all-time low. Do you see what I'm saying? And number one, and number two, we are left defenseless. Well, that's number one, in my opinion. We are left defenseless, and the world knows that black women and girls are left defenseless in this country. Do you see what I'm saying? And that is, we are unprotected, and part of the reason why is because there are a lack of men, strong men in our community willing to protect us. Like every other race of people, the men in your community are the protectors over you. Where are our men? We are left defenseless. We have to protect ourselves, And allegedly said, good morning, Alicia. Allegedly said, if I'm with a friend and go home, I text to let them know I made it home. If they were supposed to let me know they got home and didn't, I'm calling and texting to make sure they go home. You're absolutely right, allegedly. We have to look out for one another. you know. And so it's just so scary, you know. And yeah, but Jessica's right. The resources aren't available, but guess what? We have access right now anyway to a free resource, and that free resource is called the internet. Do you see what I'm saying? The more we make videos about our girls gone missing without a trace, the more aware perhaps they will become, you know. But you know, in particular, you know, young people, you know, it's so they think they're gonna live forever. You know, they think they made a steal and they're impenetrable, and you know, nothing bad is gonna happen to them. You know, and at one point in time, that train of thought was okay. You know, I mean, it was all right. It's never been okay, but it wasn't as bad as it was now. It was. I used to go party in Atlanta, you know, in my 20s, in my early 20s. Never would I ever have thought that I was gonna be abducted, you know, via sex trafficking. Things are so bad. The world is not like it used to be. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna share my screen because we don't want this to last forever. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but I wanted to get as much information out in this video as I could, because it is scary. Do you see what I'm saying? And so let me share a little statistics, and I'm gonna share a couple of videos. You know, thanks you guys once again for joining me and being, you know, interactive in this video. We've gotten a lot of good information already, and that is awesome. You know, and the more information we can get out to the public, you know, on these types of social media sites, perhaps the more aware, you know, we as Black women and girls in particular, we will become. Because like I said, we are left defenseless in this country because of the lack of male entities, you know, that are supposed to protect us. They are simply not there anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? And you have a lot of people. I was on a video last night, and you know, one of the people in the chat was talking about, you know, toxic masculinity. But then I mentioned toxic femininity as well. Do you see what I'm saying? Because your number one, the number one thing that you have to realize that we as a people, we have, you know, because of a lot of reasons, we have been disconnected to our own people and our own surroundings. It seems like we've become so frustrated with all the wrong that's going on, you know, in our own community, that a lot of us simply do not care anymore. We are all about self, you know, what we want, you know, individually, other, you know, aside from collectively. We don't think in a collective manner, you know, in this community, and that is unfortunate. Like I said, we have a lack of Black males in our community for a whole lot of reasons, you know, and we are left defenseless. We are left unprotected. Even some of our men in our community, we got this thing. I know you guys have heard of it on YouTube in particular, called the gender wars. You know, the men against the women. You know, and if you have all of these, uh, and the women against men. You see what I'm saying? You have us warring back and forth with one another. That leaves us even more defenseless. We can't even unify under the guise of safety, and that's unfortunate. And Jessica said, personally speaking, my father was absent for a long time. And honey, the streets are vicious. That's right. Not a vulnerable girl's friend. You're absolutely right. I learned the hard way, but came out renewed. But thank God, Jessica. But there are a lot of girls that get snatched up and they're gone missing without a trace. They don't have a chance, you know, to learn the hard way or even come out renewed. They're simply gone forever. Where's the outcry? Like I said, our lives matter too. Do you see what I'm saying? Our lives matter too. We are left unprotected in this country. And it is amazing, all of the disastrous effects. But, you know, I really believe this is all just one big giant plan. And we're feeding into it. You know, we're feeding into the beast. Do you see what I'm saying? People, other races of people, they don't have to come in and try to destroy our communities. We are aiding and abetting that agenda ourselves. You know, we see a lot of that dysfunction right here on social media, right here in this sector. You know, nobody wants to build or make a family anymore. You know, everybody is, you know, distrusting of everybody. You know what I mean? To the point to where it's just insane. We are unprotected. You know what I mean? We are going back and forth, with one another. And when I say back and forth with one another, I mean the men against the women. There are no longer black men in general, for the most part, collectively. They are no longer here for us. We have been left defenseless, okay? And we have been left exposed and vulnerable, and everybody in the world knows this, okay? And that's just a fact. Scooter says, well, what we tried to teach the girls during the panel, uh, she said, well, what we tried to teach the girls during the panel, well, how to become less of a target. You're absolutely right. And like I said, I was surprised at the amount of videos of, that black women had put on YouTube warning people of sex trafficking, human trafficking, these Uber drivers, being camouflaged as Uber drivers, but they're really, human traffickers. And like I said, I'm going to play some of those videos. I'm talking too much. Let's go to these stats real fast. Okay. And so, let me share my screen. Hold on one second, guys, while I get this together. Be patient with me, please. Jessica said, thank you for pointing out where was the same outrage for the U.S. girls? Absolutely. That there was for the Boko Haram girls? Absolutely. Looking back, I wish we had the same support. Absolutely. That where are our girls? Our lives matter too. Bring back our girls. Do you see what I'm saying? Why don't we have any hashtags on Twitter saying bring back our American girls and women? You know? And so, yeah. Anyway, let me try to share the screen. But yeah, you're right, Jessica. And you're welcome. Let's see here. I want to show you guys this graphic, if I could, if it's gonna work. Chrome Lab. Let's see here. These are missing person statistics. Missing minorities, adults, and children. So let me share this with you guys. Hold on a second. Let's see if it'll work. Now I can see it on my screen. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, it popped up. All right. Now this graphic right here is from a website called the Black and Missing Foundation .com or I believe it's a .org. The header of it says Black and Missing Foundation providing an equal opportunity for all missing. It is a nonprofit 501c3 organization. Okay, and so, but this is a graph of the missing person statistics. And these are it says, according to the FBI, from January 1st, 2018, they don't have the 2019 graphics up yet, and they'll do that in 2020. Thank you, Hebrew Queen. It says that according to the FBI, from January 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2018, a total of 230,302 minorities were reported missing in the United States, out of 612,846 for all races. And like I said, in 2018, the minority count for missing people that were reported, not unreported, missing, just reported missing. And I think that the number is higher because a lot of these incidents don't even go reported, but it says there were 230,302 minorities. Okay, there's also another graphic that shows total numbers missing by gender. In 2018, between January to December, 310,000 plus males were missing, and 302 plus women were missing. And this is 2018, and this is a breakdown. Here's a breakdown right here. Hope you guys can see this. It says that the graphics show that 38% of the total 600 and something thousand, 38% of those were Black, Asian 1%, Indian 1%. Notice this: Asian 1%, Indian 1%, unknown of the purple is 3.3%, and 56.5% of the persons gone missing reported missing in this country were white. The reason why the number of reported missing for white individuals in this country last year, the reason why that graphic is so high is because those are the cases that are people, authorities, they go out and search for these people as soon as you say they're gone. If they even been gone for a couple of hours, they're not even waiting 24 hours, to start searching for these white people. It is, they try to handle it immediately, and that is why the rate is higher. And but second to white people go missing is which I think that the rate of us black women and girls in particular under the age of between 17 and under, I think it's higher than 36.8%. It's just the fact that even if they are gone missing and reported missing, they are not. It is not. We are just pushed by the wayside. Nothing's ever done about it. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's why the graphic looks like this. But if you will notice the graphic 17 and under, based on the breakdown, 2018, 1% Asian and 1% Indian, 3% unknown. That could be like American Indians or whatever, like that. But also in this graphic, the reason why the graphic is so high for whites go missing is because they are including Hispanics. Now we know that there is a ever growing pipeline for human sex trafficking, particularly in the Hispanic community, and I think that needs to have its own graphic, because I think that it's almost as high or even higher the stats for black people gone missing. I'm saying, in this country, it's just as high or even higher, as it pertains to Hispanics, particularly in the South. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm looking at the news every other day. They're showing where a human trafficking house has been busted in my state. And the most girls that you see coming out are Hispanic girls. You have a lot of undocumented immigrants. You have a lot of this stuff going on, and a lot of it is unreported because a lot of people, a lot of Hispanics and stuff don't want to deal with the police, just like a whole lot of black people don't want to deal with the police. And like I said, for that reason, a lot of people gone missing, or it's not even being reported. Jessica said, I was thinking the same. I thought the Latino community would have been much higher. Possibly, I think it's just as high or even higher, because of the number of undocumented immigrants we have in this country. So, yes, Jessica, I absolutely agree with you. Absolutely. And the breakdown based on the ages of 18 and over, they say that Asians 3.1%, Black 27.2%, Indian 1.3%, unknown 3%, and white 65.3%. Over the age of 18. Over the age of 18, you are 27.2% likely of becoming a human traffic victim. Okay, if you are black in America, and I think that stat is a lot higher, particularly over 18, because they don't even want to take a report on an adult that's gone missing. They absolutely are not going to take that seriously. Do you see what I'm saying? Hebrew Queen says, I can't imagine going missing and nobody looks for me, absolutely, or report I'm missing. It's absolutely say, hey, Claude, good morning, good morning. Oh, no worries, Cloud. No worries. No worries. Thank you for joining us. But you're absolutely right, Hebrew Queen. But it happens evidently at an ever-growing rate every day. Do you see what I'm saying? And like I said, if you are over 18, the police, it is going to be, really hard if you are a black female in particular, or a black male, a black person in America over 18 years old, and you want to find a police report. It's almost impossible to get the police to go search for you. Do you see what I'm saying? And once again, this graphic for white, it includes the Hispanic community. And I don't even see why Hispanics wouldn't be, well, I kind of understand, but the reason why that is so high is because there are two communities in one with it as it pertains to the yellow graphic, which stands for the white community. And so yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Jessica said, I wonder if there isn't an outcry for our missing girls because of population control. Absolutely. And they want us to fall off the grid. Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of things going on here. Do you see what I'm saying? There is a reason why we have been left unprotected in this black community because of the male presence. A lot of our males are in jail, mass incarceration, schools to prison pipeline. We have a lot of black males, that are really living alternative lifestyles. They are not even building, or growing families. Do you see what I'm saying? And you have a lot of men that have families that live alternative lifestyles. Do you see what I'm saying? You have a lot of interracial relationship things going on in our community. Our men are so sparse and so few and far between that you have black women this day and age lusting after and throwing themselves at clearly gay men, you know, and they don't want to go outside of their race to date. And so they're left with a shortage of men. Now, I know a while ago it said that there were upwards of 10 black women to every black man. Now, that's not counting the men that are not even interested in you, the men that are interested in other men. So that takes it down to, that brings it up to more than 10 black women per every one heterosexual male. And that breeds toxic masculinity, like as well as toxic femininity. Do you see what I'm saying? Because our community is so out of balance, and so and that is in part the reason why these statistics are so high. You know what I mean? And so we're going to talk about that a little further when we start talking about the tactics these people use to, abduct you. This was pretty much the end of the graphics. But I just want to show you guys some statistics. And if you want to go to this website, it's called the Black and Missing Foundation, blackandmissing.org. www.blackandmissing.org. That is a foundation. Let me scroll back up. Yeah, Black and Missing Foundation. And if you guys want to go check that website out for yourself, allegedly says, does that include men that are incarcerated? You mean when I said we have been left unprotected? Yes, I said that. Mass incarceration, schools, prison pipeline, all of these things are factors. They factor in to why we are left unprotected in this black community. Absolutely. Absolutely. It includes mass incarceration. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, but this is a really good website. I really let me click on family, maybe the newsletter. Let's click on that real fast because we have to move on to the next graphic. Is a subscriber back monthly email. Families of missing black Americans fight for media attention. There's a article from August 1st, 2019. Let me try to click on it and see what it says. If I could. Oh, it's taking me somewhere I don't want to go. This is an article. Can you guys see this? Hold on. There's a lag in the thing. Let's see. Is it going to click? Oh, I have to. I don't think it's going to. I don't know if it's going to pop up. Yeah, last night, Tia, is she okay? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Tia Real Mama. I haven't talked to her this morning, but she seemed like she was coping last night, and hopefully she's okay. I don't think it's going to pop up for us, guys. But let me try to read it to you. It says, missing Baltimore woman, Akia Eggleston's father speaks out. Oh, I want that to pop up. I wonder why didn't it pop up? Shoot. Oh, maybe I have to try to share it on the screen again. Let me try to read it to you guys. It says Sean Wilkinson shines a spotlight on the case of his missing daughter on The View with co-founders of the Black and Missing Foundation, Derica Wilson and Natalie Wilson. Click here to watch or click the link on the image below. Let me see if I can. So this case was on The View. It was spotlighted on The View. Let me see if I can't Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. Let's see. Um, I really want you guys to see this. So if I stop this, hold on, and let's see what's gonna happen. If it'll pop up or not, I don't know. Personal tips or safety. I think that's nope. I'm going to have to. Why can I? Why is it that I can see it and you guys can't see it? Let me go back to StreamYard. Hold on, guys, and see what happened if I share the screen and click on uh this. Hold on. I really want you guys to see this. So maybe if I do it this way, it'll pop up. I'm not sure, but we can try it. View archive. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if I can share it. I might have to share the audio. Hold on a minute. Because I didn't see this on the website before. Let's see if it'll pop up. Let me try to share the audio and stuff. Yeah, it is. Okay. This is the case of Sean Wilkinson shines a spotlight on the case of his missing daughter on the View co-founders of Black and Missing Foundation, Derek Wilson and Natalie Wilson. So we're going to click on that video. But the title of it says Missing Baltimore. Missing Baltimore. We have a lot of people from Baltimore in this sector, don't we? Missing Baltimore woman Akia Eggleston's father speaks out. And so he's speaking out on the View. And I'm going to click it and wonder if we can hear it or not. Okay. Let me scroll down. Families are missing. Okay, there's something under here, something else under here that says families of missing Black Americans fight for media, police to focus on their cases. Paula Hill says police didn't search for her daughter, Shamika, when she went missing because law enforcement believes she ran away. Wow, a common complaint from families of missing Black Americans. There's another story. Oh wow, oh wow. There's a grandmother who went missing for 5 days, miraculously found alive in a creek bed. Lord have mercy. Hold on, guys. So let me scroll back up to the first one, and maybe we can look at both of them. This one is this. They appeared on the View. Okay, Black and Missing Foundation. They appeared on the View. Let's see if it'll play. I don't know. Try it. Let's see here. Oh wow, it's taking me to YouTube. I had no idea.
When fingertips, knuckles, and cuticles get cracked, you need...
Let's see if it'll play. Hold on, guys. It's not wanting to play.
Relief that gets right to the point.
Can you guys hear this?
Gold Bond Cracked Skin Relief.
If you can hear it, hit the one.
Instantly soothe. 94% saw noticeable improvement. New Gold Bond Cracked Skin Relief.
May 3rd, 2017. Baltimore, Maryland.
You guys can hear
Akia
it?
was
Okay.
a 22-year-old single mom who was 37 weeks pregnant with her second child. So when she didn't show up to the baby shower she spent months planning, it was obvious that something was very wrong. Her family reached out to everyone she knew, but Akia had vanished without a trace. Her parents have spent 2 years trying to work with the Baltimore police, but say little is being done to find her.
We don't know if they found any of her belongings. We don't know anything. And each and every day, the not knowing is what hurts us the most.
When the FBI called a press conference to announce a reward for information about Akia's disappearance, the family says there was no interest from national news media to cover this tragic story. The frustration for Akia's parents got even worse a few months ago when they visited her local precinct for an update on the case. They say the police there had no idea who Akia even was.
Wow.
And let me correct myself, it's Akia Eggleston. Please welcome Akia's father, Sean Wilkinson, and the co-founder of the Foundation, Derek Wilson and Natalie Wilson. Welcome and thank you. Now, Sean, it's been 2 years since your daughter, Akia, disappeared, and you've been fighting to get information about where she could be. How are you doing? How is the family doing? And how is Akia's daughter doing?
We're all doing the best we can, keeping our faith in God that someone will provide information to find her. The family as a whole is broken. We're in shambles, trying to live day to day, really, just trying to figure out where our loved one is and hoping and praying that someone will come forth with information.
And you're looking for 2 people. You remind people of all the
Absolutely.
time.
We're looking for Akia, who was a beautiful young lady, and her son, baby boy Eggleston. So we are looking for 2 people, not just one.
Oh my goodness.
So now you get this call that your daughter has not come to this shower that she has been planning and putting all kinds of stuff together. So give me the rundown. You get a call from?
Her grandmother called me about 2 days after she was, the baby shower was on a Sunday.
Right.
Her grandmother called me on 2 days after, which was a Tuesday, and she told me that Akia was missing, and I was at work, so I had to jump up and run out from the office and to speak to her. And since then, it's just been a downhill struggle.
So we have a gap here where no one knows what's going on, and you're not aware that something's wrong.
Right. It was actually a 4-day gap before she was actually reported missing.
Really? Okay.
Sean, Akia was last seen taking money out of a bank, and then she vanished without a trace. The Baltimore police said that they searched her apartment, which she had shared with a roommate. What did they find in her apartment?
Well, first things first, about the bank, I want to put out there that there's a story out there that she went to several banks. She did not go to several banks. That was a miscommunication upon the Baltimore Police Department. They have not yet renounced that statement, but that is the absolute truth about that. And as far as what they found in her apartment, they did find someone's belongings were missing. But as far as anyone's concerned, they have not reported what was missing. I guess they maybe wanted to hold that information in case it may be something that they can use for a case against someone.
And my understanding, it was furniture that was missing, but she was obviously 37 weeks pregnant, so someone that pregnant couldn't move.
No, she was 8 months pregnant, breached, high-risk baby. She could barely walk. She was on bed rest. She wasn't working. Most of the things that were being done for her were being done by friends and family. So she was absolutely, in a sense, useless to do anything for that matter.
And she was planning this baby shower. Would she have missed this baby shower?
Not a chance. She brought a dress. Her girlfriends were going to take her out to get her hair and stuff done. But after May 3rd and the last communications with her grandmother, there was no interactions with anybody.
But no videotape from the apartment? No, nothing. What about the roommate?
Yeah.
Well, the videotape there's no videotape because the community didn't have any around where she lived at. And as far as the roommate, I have not been told what the police disclosed from that interview with the roommates.
Sean, the father of Akia's baby is not technically a person of interest, but has he been helpful to you?
Zero. He has not provided any information. He will not call me. He will not talk to me. I've reached out to him just to talk to him on a personal level. But again, he has not talked to me. And I've even been told by the police not to even interact with him.
Well, where is he? Do you know where he is?
We do not know where he's at. The police say they know, but I don't know.
Wow.
So Derek, I mean, you're a former police officer. You, Natalie, have a background in public relations. 11 years ago, you started Black and Missing Foundation together, and you've helped a whole bunch of folks. Can you explain to folks why this distinction needed to be made for Black and Missing as opposed to just missing?
Absolutely. We started this organization to shine a spotlight on cases such as Akia. I mean, this case deserves national coverage. Just because she went missing in Baltimore doesn't necessarily mean that she's in Baltimore. She can be absolutely anywhere. And we need folks to understand that, again, we're searching for 2 people and not just one. This high-risk young lady that went missing did not just get up and walk away by herself.
And we're an advocate for missing people of color. Sean, sometimes we are the family's last resort. So we have to do all that we can to help them because they don't get the media coverage. Awareness is key in finding our missing because we believe someone knows something.
And is it that folks always say, well, they ran away, or they decided to make a change?
Well, we're noticing with law enforcement, our children, when they're reported missing, are classified as a runaway. And if you're classified as a runaway, you do not receive the Amber Alert or any type of media coverage, or they're labeled as being involved in some type of criminal activity. And to be quite frank, I think our community is desensitized because they believe that these individuals are impoverished, and that's normal behavior for their community.
And I think one of the growing frustrations really quickly is last year we were searching and passing out flyers for Akia with the family. And there were 2 police officers responding to a call in the same area where she went missing. And after they concluded the call, we went up to them, gave them a flyer. They had no idea that she was missing from that neighborhood. And the police department is directly across the street.
Now, we did reach out to the Baltimore Police Department, and they sent us a detailed statement refuting the Eggleston family's claims. The full statement will be on our website, but here's part of the statement. They said, our homicide detectives have devoted literally thousands of man hours to this case. A dozen search warrants and or subpoenas have been executed. Approximately 100 interviews have been conducted, and dogs and divers have been used in numerous searches. The lieutenant in charge of our cold case squad has personally met with Akia's father 4 times and spoken with him on the phone another 6 or so times. Outside of the family, nobody wants this case to be solved more than the members of the Baltimore Police Department, and we will keep working until the job is done. Sean, what is your response to that?
Well, I say that the Baltimore City Police Department, they do have a challenging job, first and foremost. And the level of communication is not to the expectations of any family. Yes, we have spoken, and yes, we have met. But when the time that you speak with an individual in such a matter as this is once, maybe every 3, 4, 5 months, or you call them to speak with them and you have no response, and you have to go to the level of contacting your congressman, who contacts the mayor, who contacts the assistant DA, who then contacts the chief of police, who then contacts the head of the FBI from the Baltimore division.
Crazy process.
It's a crazy process, yes.
Look,
You just want to find your daughter.
We're going to keep
We're going to keep going. We're not going to stop badgering them until they give us what we want.
Nor should you. And thank you for your service because you are a veteran.
Yes.
This is a veteran's family. And you keep that in mind in all of it. Your service to our country.
Our thanks to Sean Wilkinson and Natalie and Jerica Wilson. We want you to take a look at this picture. Okay, take a good look at this picture. If you have any information, and remember, we've done this once before and we were successful in helping to find. So take a good look at this picture. If you think you might have seen her, maybe you saw her in passing, please contact the Black and Missing Foundation, your local authorities or the FBI, but start with the Black and Missing Foundation, okay? They can help. Let's see if we can find her. Let's see if we can do this. Help Baltimore do this. We'll be right back.
Wow. That is absolutely sad and disturbing. Let me finish this up for you guys because there's a delay. Wow. That is scary. So she's been missing for over a year, vanished without a trace. You know, and they didn't even want to look for her at first. And thank God her father was a police officer and he knew how to contact these people. If not for that, why didn't it go back to the screen? If not for that, you know, I've never heard of this case. Had you guys ever heard of this before today? And you're right, Cloud, it's extremely disturbing. Jessica said, wow, the father of her child isn't even communicating with him, yet the police know where he's at. Now, I'm assuming They think that this was some sort of homicide. I want to scroll back up real fast because Lex Max said, I did a story on a Navy vet whose mom tried to report him missing, and the police told her she could not report a grown-up missing. Make it make sense. I know that's right. Like, I think I saw that video, and didn't they find him in his apartment a couple of years after that or something like that? You know, and like they don't even want, they report the young girls as runaways, and they won't put out issue an Amber Alert. It's just crazy. Like, nobody cares. Like I said, we are left largely unprotected in this community, you know, and that is a scary situation. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And let me see if I can go back to this maybe. Good morning, Cloud, once again. Let me see if I can go back to the StreamYard. There's another video that I want to share with you guys. Wow, this is crazy. Jessica said, no, this is the first time I've heard of this case. This guy basically debunked everything the police said. Yes, he absolutely did. Absolutely did. And I wish that there were more fathers, there were more men willing to do more, you know, for our Black women and girls in particular. Do you guys remember, I think it was last year, the case of Kiara Cole? She was pregnant also, and she went missing in Chicago. And sometime later, her remains were found in an abandoned building in Chicago, and they believe that the father of her child may have had something to do with her death. It's a scary situation. You know, like I said, we are left defenseless, and we literally have to protect ourselves, you know. Let me there's another video that I want to show you guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Now, this video, I found this video while I was watching another video of a girl that had you saw that on True Crime, Jessica? Yeah, I've never heard of it before. It is a shame, Lonnie. You're absolutely right. Let me try to share the screen with this video right here that I want to show you guys real fast. I'm not trying to hold you guys forever, but and thank you so much for joining me. You know what I mean? I know this is not a hot topic in this sector, but if we could just help one person, you know what I mean? And there's so much going on in the Black community and in our lives on a day-to-day basis. So it's to the point to where we don't know what to do. So when you have a social media site like YouTube, predominantly Black people in this sector, of course you're going to want to divest in your situation. You're going to not want to think about it. But because we don't want to think about the bad things going on around us, we are left even more unprotected. We are left uninformed. Good morning, Miss Enlightened One. And it's just a scary situation. But somebody got to say something. But there are a lot of people, speaking out. Lonnie said, did y'all hear about this big YouTuber lying about her cousin almost getting abducted? I didn't hear about it, but I got your message. But no, I didn't hear about it. Let me share this. Try to share this video with you guys. Let's see. This right here is crazy. I found this video while I was watching the video of another young Black woman that was telling her story of being almost abducted. And so I pulled up the web. Was it April Mason? I pulled up. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that. I don't know. I hadn't heard about that at all. And this is a website called hold on, let me scroll to the top. It is called the Big Easy Magazine. And this is the website on here. The title of the article says the scary tactics human traffickers use. Okay. And this website, this reporter is trying to make everybody aware across the board, no matter your race, whoever. They're trying to make us aware, because some of the things that he's saying in this video, I never even thought of some of it. So the article reads as follows. Quote, in January 2018, Homeland Security officials reported a 50% a 50% increase in the number of human trafficking cases in New Orleans over the previous year. Since then, a number of cases have been reported, including that of a 16-year-old girl rescued last December. But how do traffickers find their victims? And so, how traffickers lure their victims. One technique this reporter is saying is the lover boy technique. And he said, and the lover boy technique, he says, is, quote, in spite of what you might read online, abduction is one of the more rarer methods, I can't say that word, one of the more rare methods of human trafficking and recruitment. More common are the quote-unquote lover boy techniques, where a trafficker will seduce a young woman in order to force or coerce them into prostitution. Wow. The victim is groomed and abused throughout the relationship. Wow. At the first sign of either in any relationship, get out. Absolutely. If this first, a lot of women don't get out though. A lot of women don't get out at the first sign because, you know, we are letting our hearts overrule our brains, and this is putting us in dangerous situations. We heard Elaine Sutherland's story yesterday of being a domestic violence survivor. You know, at the first warning sign that somebody's being aggressive towards you, you need to get out, whether you have children or not. You need to go. You need to save yourself. You know, but like I said, our hearts overrule our brains sometimes, and we stay for a number of reasons. But it is never good. Love doesn't hurt. You don't have to live like this, you know? Hey, sassy friends. First line one said it was the one case where sex trafficking was right around the corner from me. Oh, wow. Sassy Friends says, good morning, Miss Olivia. Good morning, Sassy Francis. Says, did you say they found... Yeah, they found her body. They found Carol Cole's body in an abandoned building. I was following her story. She was pregnant. Yes, she was pregnant too. And I just saw a post this morning saying that they still haven't found her body. Yeah, like I said, I saw a report that says they found her body in an abandoned building. Her remains. In an abandoned building. 91 Love says young women need to be careful out here, especially runaway. You're absolutely right. You don't even have to be a runaway to be abducted. There are several stories, and I'm gonna play one of them for you of girls getting in the back of Ubers, and it is so insidious the way that they are abducting these girls from Uber. They're trying to find an Uber ride home or whatever, and they're being abducted and sold into sex trafficking. They are not runaways or anything. They are just trying to get a ride home from wherever, or trying to get to somewhere via Uber, and they are being abducted in the process. So one of the techniques is a lover boy technique. I just read you guys that. Another technique that human traffickers use is fake job advertisements. The article says that another tactic is a fake offer of employment. Traffickers love to prey on the desperate, and when times get tough, there's plenty of desperation to go around. A trafficker may advertise for a nanny, travel agent, or other jobs in the tourism or hospitality industries. When the victim shows up for their quote interview, any documents they brought with them are seized. Oh, wow. And the victim is subjected to physical, emotional, and psychological abuse. Always do some background research on any company that invites you for an interview. Oftentimes, a simple internet search can tell you if a company is legit or not. Wow, that is scary. Another way that they are, gaining human trafficking victims is through cults. Wow. Now, you guys remember when Lex was speaking about, human trafficking going on in the church, right? This one said cults is another way they recruit human traffic victims. It said religious cults are another way to recruit victims of human trafficking. A charismatic and often attractive leader will use victims' religious beliefs against them in order to lure them into becoming willing participants. Wow. Sounds familiar. The church, right? Often they are groomed in the same ways as in the same ways that a lover boy might groom them through emotional, psychological, and physical abuse over time. If you join a new church or something feels off, don't stick around. Leave immediately if you suspect that a religious organization is actually a cult. Report it to local authorities. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. And another way that they gain sex traffic victims, and we all know this all too well, is through abduction. It says while it is a rarer form of recruitment, abduction is a method that human traffickers use. While on the whole, traffickers prefer more vulnerable victims like the homeless and young runaways. They do occasionally choose other targets, just as Michigan resident Nahar Ali, who recently posted this Facebook video after his wife and young daughter had a close call in the local Target parking lot. Wow. Let me see if I can play the video for you guys, okay? Here's the video. And under that, before I play the video, it says, when you're shopping by yourself or with young children, it's important to remain situationally aware. I absolutely agree with that. Traffickers tend to prey on those they think are the most vulnerable. A sense of awareness automatically makes you less of a target. I remember, I think it was last year or a couple of years ago, there was a young woman in the Walmart parking lot here, in one of the Walmart parking lot here in my city, and she said that when she got from the time that she got out of her car, there was a Iranian looking, Iranian looking type person. He followed her in the store, followed her all the way outside of the Walmart, and when she got ready to get in her car, she noticed tape on her door, and she noticed the guy coming up behind her, and he snatched her up and tried to put her in the van. She was kicking and screaming and fighting, and because other people were driving up, somebody got out and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" The man let her go, and he jumped in the van and went away. If she had not been putting up so much of a fight, and she was in a Walmart parking lot, this was in broad daylight, but if she had not put up such a fight, been hollering and screaming, and all of this and all that, he probably would have took her away, and she would have been vanished without a trace, never to be seen or heard from again. And this was in a Walmart parking lot. She was not a runaway, or anything like that. She was going shopping in a Walmart parking lot. And so let me see if I can play this video for you guys. And it just doesn't happen to young girls either. It happens to women of all ages, predominantly. It happens to men too, predominantly young girls and young women. But it can happen to you at any age. That's right, Lonnie One Love. I always put up a fight. Let's see if this video will play. I don't know if it will or not, but we can try it. Let's see. I don't know if you guys, the sound is off. If you can hear it, hit the 1. You can't hear it, Jessica? Let me try to pause it. If you guys can hear it, hit the 1. You might have to put on a headset or something. I don't know. Can you hear it now, Jessica? Can anybody else hear it? Because I got it turned up. I'm using headphones. You still can't hear it? Oh, well, I don't know what to do. I can try to turn it up. I guess you guys are just not going to be able to hear it. I can hear it, but I guess you guys can't. I'm sorry. You can't hear it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what it's gonna do if you can't hear it. But he's basically, telling you guys how to be safe. No, the video mute button is not on. It was on, but I took it off. It's on mute right there. It's off mute right there. Yeah. I guess it's not gonna play. Oh well, I hate that. You can't hear Miss Enlightened One. Yeah, I guess you guys can't hear it. I can hear it fine. I'm sorry, guys. We'll just go to another video. I don't know how to fix it. Because I can hear it perfectly well. I even turned up the microphone. But let me just pause it now so you guys can hear it. Oh wow. So he said, let me try to pause it. Sorry if you guys can't hear it. Real Mama says it's a shame that I had to have this conversation with my children, especially baby girl. Can't just tell them never talk to strangers anymore. No, you can't. I agree with that. I have taught my little ones ways to defend themselves and hide. I know that's right. I'm sorry, guys, that you couldn't hear it. I will give you guys. Let me cut this back down. This microphone is really loud. You could go to the website and view it for yourself if you want to see it. The name of the website is called the Big Easy Magazine. Just Google search the name and this video, and it's the article from the magazine is Big Easy Magazine, and the article is dated March 15, 2019. So perhaps you guys, if you're interested in what the guy has to say, you can go to the website yourselves and listen to it later if you want to. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear it. I don't know what that was about because I could hear it perfectly well. So, but you know how that goes sometimes. You know what I mean? So let me go to, let me try to get off of this. But I just want those, they were sharing with you guys a few of the tactics that they use, that traffickers use to lure in victims. What state did it take place in? Sounds like New Orleans. Well, it says I guess it was New Orleans, but I don't know exactly. Was shopping herself, children, sense of awareness. Yeah, it doesn't say. Maybe he said it on the thing. Maybe he said it on the video, but it's not saying here. Yeah, it's not saying here. But I really want. Maybe I can play it on the girls' video. I don't know. But let me try to. I want you guys to hear some audio. I can't play a video, but I can play the audio of it. It's a YouTube video. And let me just try to go back to StreamYard real fast if I could. Sorry that you guys, yes, ma'am. 3 years later, they found his body, yeah, in his apartment, right? Yeah, and they said that they weren't worried about it because he always took trips out of the country because he was military. Yes, Lex, I seen that. Yeah, Jessica, like I said, I don't know what state, but that the name of the website is the Big Easy Magazine, and like I said, the video is the article is from March 15th, I believe it said. March 15th, was it 2019 or something like that? Anyway, I try to find it on the phone. I might have it on my phone. Let me play some audio for you guys, and maybe I can find it on my phone. Okay, Cloud, are you still in here? If you're still in here, Cloud, hit the 1. You guys, I'm gonna have to get to this article. I'm gonna have to click off of the comments, the chat section on the video to get to the article, and I don't want any trolls to come in and not be able to delete them. I don't know if Cloud is still in here or not, but let me just find the article, and if they come in, I just try to delete them. This first video is only 6 minutes long, and so let me try to find it for you guys. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. It is in my library, I think. And so let me go to my videos. Hold on a second, guys. Watch later. Okay. Scroll down. Hold on. I got so many crocheting videos saved. It's incredible. Let's see here. Here it is. Okay, the name of this video is from somebody called Conjure Queen, and it's titled "Watch Out." Watch out! Uber and Lyft sex trafficking scam urgent. Okay, I'm gonna play the audio for you guys. All right, I don't want to play her video. I have not asked, but I can play the audio. I just can't. But it's a black woman on here talking about how she was almost sex trafficked. Okay, let me try to play that for you guys. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn up the audio on my phone. Hold on, let me 1 second. I'm trying to turn up the audio. Okay. And you guys hit the 1 if you can hear this. Like I said, this video is from Conjure Queen. It was dated on April 23rd, 2019. Recent video. And it's called "Watch Out! Uber and Lyft Sex There's an Uber and Lyft sex trafficking scam." All right. So hold on, let me play it.
Emily, Conjure Queen here. I have
if you can hear it, hit the 1.
PSA to share with all of my family. And this is not no clickbait. This is not a joke. This video needs to be shared with as many people as possible. There is a scam with Uber, right? Everybody knows Uber, the cab service or whatever, where there's a new app, a black market illegal app now that a lot of people have.
Y'all guys hear this video?
What they're doing is sex trafficking. So apparently there's this illegal app that I believe is like in the Apple Store or some like blacklisted store. I don't know, but apparently there's this illegal app and a lot of people don't know about this, but I had actually almost got caught up in this. And this is why like I'm a little shaken up, but I want to tell y'all, be very careful of getting into Ubers and getting in the wrong ride. Like you have to make sure that the car and the driver adds up. I was hanging out with my homegirl on Bourbon Street or whatever in New Orleans. We having a good old time. It was late at night. So we called the Uber or whatever to head home. So we get in the car, like I'm pulling up. I'm seeing that my Uber's pulling up. So I'm like, all right, come on, let's walk to the car, right? So we walking up to the car or whatever. And my map was telling me that the Uber was further up ahead. So I'm like, okay, we just got like 1 more block to go. So then as we're walking to the car, a van pulls up, black van pulls up. He's like, "Oh, Shatavia?" He said, "My name, Shatavia." I'm like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? So we get in the car or whatever. And so something told me, look at the app. So I looked at the app and I noticed that the driver looked nothing like the driver's picture in the app. So I'm like, I said, "What's your name?" And he said some off the wall name. He was like, "You're Shatavia, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Shatavia, but who are you? You don't look nothing like this Uber driver." Thank God I wasn't too drunk yet. I had some drinks, but I had my common sense. So I'm like, hold up. Something told me to call the Uber driver, like to call on the app. So I called him, like, "Where you at?" The guy was like, "Oh, I'm up ahead. I'm parked in a white van." We was in a black van, 2 different color vans. The guy that picked me up was some African guy. The guy who was supposed to pick me up, the real Uber driver, was like a Indian guy. Completely different looking characters.
Oh.
So I look at the driver. I'm like, this is the wrong car. I'm like, "Yo, how you know my name?" He was like, "Huh? I don't know. You call Lyft, right? You call Uber, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, but how do you know my name?" So I was like, "Listen, this is the wrong Uber. Can you let me out, please?" And the guy let us out. And so we get into the real cab, and I told the guy what happened. And he was like, "What?" So then it dawned on me that my mother told me about a couple of weeks ago. There was some situation in New York where this Uber driver who pulled up right at the end, like it was like a nightclub or whatever. What they do is they wait late at night. They park up by bars or lounges, like, late where women are going to be. Because most likely you're out, you're having a good time, you're drinking, it's dark. So you're not going to, most people don't really pay attention to the Uber driver. So they prey on women that are drinking and having a good time late at night by bars. So ladies, please be careful. Because my mother told me like a couple of weeks ago, she was like, there was some girl who literally got stabbed up. There was an Uber driver, same situation, pulled up not too far from where her real Uber driver was. Pulled up, she got in the car, he drove her somewhere completely far off from where she was supposed to go, her destination, and the girl got stabbed up. It was on the news and everything. And then crazy, tell me this is not synchronicity. A few days before the situation happened with me and my homegirl and the Uber driver, while my homeboy told me, yo, there's this app, be careful, there's this app or whatever where there's like some Uber scammers or whatever, like they know how to hack into the Uber system or the Lyft system where it'll seem like they'll get your information and everything. They'll have your name, they'll have your address. I don't know how they got this information, but listen, yeah, I tried to call Uber or whatever. I tried to let them know, but I did not get no feedback. So we need to let more people know about this scam. Why is there even an app accessible? Like, why is this even available on the market? Like the App Store, the iGoogle, whatever. Like, you try to find it. I think there's like a code or whatever. Like certain people in the black market could get it. But listen, family, just let people know about the Uber scam. That they are literally people hacking into the Uber system, getting your information. They'll pull up to your location. They'll have your name. So they'll call your name out. So you'll be like, oh, this is my Uber driver because they got my name. But make sure that the picture adds up to the app and also make sure that it's the same vehicle.
Yeah, don't get in the
So
car.
ladies, please be alert. Please share this message with as many people as possible because there are people getting killed. It's human trafficking happening. Like it's murderers that has this app. Like people are crazy. Okay. So thank God was with me that day because like something told me, and the universe is crazy. Because my mom told me about it 2 weeks before, then my friend told me about it a few days before. So God was preparing me for that. That was meant for me for all of those signs to happen. So please, ladies, gentlemen, whoever, like share this with as many friends as possible so that way we can get the word out. Let's get Uber to track down whoever these frauds are. Maybe they need to buff up their system. I don't know what, but something needs to be done. This is not safe. We can't even get in Ubers anymore without having to worry about our safety. Come on, y'all hacking into systems. Like there's a scam for everything now. Like we have nothing that's safe anymore. But anyway, thank God that I'm safe. Thank God me and my friend is safe. We told the real Uber driver about what happened and he could not believe it. He's like, why is there even an app that's available on the market like that? So Uber, listen, I hope you're watching this, whatever, because we trying to reach out to you. We got no response. Y'all need to crack down on these scammers, this fake app, this black market app that's doing human trafficking, snatching up girls, taking them to places, stabbing them up and killing them because this is ridiculous. So anyway, share this with as many people as possible, family. Be safe out here and watch yourself. Make sure that the Uber driver and the app adds up to the driver that's picking you up. Okay, ladies? All right. I say, Conjure Queen found it out. Peace.
Wow, that was crazy. I cannot imagine that. I told y'all before, I do not trust that whole Uber situation. Do you see what I'm saying? And so yeah, it's just crazy. I'm gonna play another video for you guys. And I agree, Jessica, they were scouting for drunk women. They absolutely were. You know, and I can't believe the guy let her out of the vehicle. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't believe she was lucky. Do you see what I'm saying? She was blessed. That is a scary situation. I'm gonna play another video for you guys. I'm saying she was blessed. Ooh. That is a scary situation. I'm gonna play another video for you guys. Forgot to turn it back down first. Sorry about that. They were scouting for drunk women. Yes, they were. Due process says, good morning. Good morning, due process. The young lady is telling the truth. 5G is going to make it infinitely easier for hackers to illegally synchronize electronic devices. Yep, I've read something about the 5G technology as well. Devices for development. You're absolutely right, due process. I'm gonna play another video for you guys. You guys, hold on for a second. I have to go see who's at my door. I'm gonna try to mute this mic, okay? Okay, guys, I'm back. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, hit the 1, please. June says we women are just not safe. No, we're not safe anywhere. Like I was saying earlier, June, particularly in this community, we have been left unprotected. But as I go through more of these videos, everybody's in danger. Thank you, Sassy Francis. Everybody's in danger. You know, young women, older women, especially, you know, women with children, you know, going to stores. Your kids are not safe in school. These Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, I told y'all about this old Uber and Lyft thing a long time ago that I refuse to ever get in a Uber or a Lyft or anything like that. That is not a good situation, in my opinion. You know, we've heard so many stories of not only people being sex trafficked, but people being killed. The girl was speaking to somebody that was stabbed up. It's just not safe to use that app, you know, in order for transportation. They really don't know anything about these people. It's not regulated like the cab drivers or like taxi cab drivers are. It's not regulated. Got another troll. Glad it's in here now. So I got to lose. Hold on, guys. Got to get the troll out. There it goes. It's gone. Just modern day hitchhiking. Yep. She was later rescued. Nick said that is true. During Super Bowl weekend, a young lady was lured to Atlanta and was trafficked. Oh, wow. I believe that she was later rescued. Thank God she was rescued. You know, I have seen several websites. I was wanting to pull up one about the ex-mayor of Atlanta. Her name is Shirley Franklin. And as I was getting ready to find it, it said that website had been hacked. And so I didn't even pull it up. You know, due process said, yep, I saw that, Lex. Good morning. Oh, wow. That is crazy and scary and everything else. Okay. Let me pull up another. I'm gonna play another audio for you guys. And that was in April of this year. Her name was Conjure Queen, and she says that she was, you know, she got into the wrong Lyft because the Lyft app had been hacked. That is scary. I never even thought of something like that going on. I wouldn't use the service anyway. So I've got another video for you guys. Hold on. Let me try to find it. Is it 12 o'clock? It's almost 12 o'clock. I guess this will be the last video, but we're going to have to revisit this situation right here, okay? Hold on. Let me try to find it. And thank you guys so much for joining me this morning, too, by the way. Like I said, this is really not a popular subject, you know, for this sector, but if it could help one person, it's good. I'm good with it, you know. And so, yeah. I hope you guys will go back and watch that video I did about Copa last night. Child, I was halfway sleepy and talking real crazy. Okay. And what did I do with that video? Not real crazy, but it was just funny. It was funny. Talking funny. Talking about those earwax removal videos that I love. Okay. Now I really want to play this video for you guys. This video is called Confession of a Ex-Sex Trafficking Boss. Okay. And so I'm going to try to play it for you guys. It is crazy. I hope none of this says it's an interview with somebody called the Bishop. And so former national sex trafficking boss.
The guns, the drugs, the people, you know, when it stoops to we're selling 12-year-old and
so this guy's got on a mask
girls for the sex trade and they're getting raped 120 times a day. I mean, that's reality. And that's not, there's no God in that, you know, and except for him trying to protect them. And I know he can, and he can make those changes, but when evil abounds, it's because good's doing nothing. You know what I mean?
That's powerful.
And that's where we are in the world. I think, you know, just awareness. Get it out there and let people know that it's happening in their backyard, not just overseas. It's a real problem here, you know, and it's our high school daughters. And it's so simple.
Now, how would they recruit these kids?
You know, Ray, as you know, the gangs are recruiting kids at 8 years old. And 8, 9-year-old kids are getting in the gangs. And all it takes is a guy going up to a little high school girl or a junior high girl and saying, hey, you want to come out to a party with us? And she thinks she's going to a party, and next thing you know, they rape her, and they gang rape her, and then they put a knife to her throat and tell her if she says anything to anybody or tells anybody, they're going to kill her and her whole family. And next thing you know, little girl runs away, or they just keep her in the school. That's the saddest part. They can keep that girl in one location and she's going to end up with a label of being a slut and a whore and a tramp when that's not it at all. She's being forced into that, you know, and we don't even see it because we're not educated to see it. That's the problem. And then from there, if they talk a kid into running away, you know, if the kid says I can't take it anymore, they run away, or maybe they even get to feeling safe with the gang. They think, oh, well, this is a lie, but I'm accepted. I'm accepted for what I am, and I can hang out with these people, and they're going to protect me. And they get this weird sense of protection and love when it's nothing but abuse, you know. And
well, how do parents protect their kids from that?
How do they?
Yeah.
Good morning, Carla Alexander.
Advice, you know, because like I said, this is running rampant.
The first thing is start noticing who they're hanging out with, noticing what they're wearing, if their clothes change, you know, to where they start wearing more provocative stuff, or they start wearing the same color. If their whole wardrobe turns into the same color, that's a sign that they might be involved in a gang, you know. And you just got to be able to talk to your kids, you know, and have your kids feel like they can talk to you. I think that's the problem. I know when I was a kid, if I had went to my mom and said, Mom, I'm going to be a 1%er boss one day, she would have fell on her face and started praying, but at the same time, it wouldn't have been a conversation we could have, you know?
Right.
But with Jesus, you can have that conversation. You can go to him and say, Lord, this is what I was going on in my life. I need your help. I'm putting it at the cross. Let's get it fixed, because it's a relationship. And parents need to have a relationship with their youth, you know, to where they can come to them and say, Mom, Dad, here's what's going on. I'm scared. This is what's happening. I'm getting, you know, with the bullying in school now is such a big thing, and the gang's a big thing, and now the human trafficking's involved. It just keeps getting worse, right? You know, but I think communication's the key, you know?
I agree.
Exactly. Now, were gangs like yours, would they target just a low income, middle class? I mean, who's at risk? Is all income class kids? Because a lot of people think, well, I moved out to the suburbs, so my kid's safe. Is that true?
In my crew, we had surgeons, we had lawyers, I had a couple of judges. When our case went down a few months ago, we had 15 officers get locked up. These are police officers get locked up for being affiliated with us. They were actually running guard for us while we're selling drugs and selling guns. I mean, it's amazing. And these are the folks that we entrust, and we pay taxes to make sure they protect our families and our cities, and they were working for me.
Right. Now, with the sex trafficking, though, I mean, would kids from all income classes be targeted? Or would it just be kind of just the lower income?
With the sex trade and human trafficking, it's a $32 billion a year industry.
My God.
27 million kids are slaves right now, you know, or people are in that slavery. It's not just sex slavery. It's human labor. You know, they're using them to build products and just do all kinds of stuff. There's an organization called A21 that's doing some great things, and the Polaris Project doing some great things. There's organizations out there, but I think the one thing that some of them are sort of not putting an emphasis on is it's here. It's in the East Coast. It's in the West Coast. It's in the middle. Start doing your homework, you know, looking around and seeing as a parent and as a pastor and as a youth pastor and as a teacher and a principal, start looking it up and start seeing it's here in the United States.
So any neighborhood's at risk. Doesn't matter whether you're low income or high income, your neighborhood's at risk. Your kids are at risk to being victims of sex trafficking.
They are, and I guess the real reason why I raise this, if I go out and I sell a box truck full of guns, or I sell 50 keys of cocaine and I get caught, I'm going to prison for a long time, right?
Right.
But if I get a girl and I put her up in a hotel room and I've got the room 3 doors down and she knows if she leaves, I'm going to kill her, right?
Right.
And they're doing tricks all night just for John over and over and over.
Wow.
The cops come and bust her. They can't even identify what's really going on. So she goes to jail and the gang walks away. We're free in Atlanta, it's San Diego, it's Houston, Texas, and it's not in the hood. I mean, these things are happening right there in middle class and upper class America. And like I was saying before, the average life expectancy for these kids is 7 years, right? They're doping them up, getting them hooked on dope, and then killing them when they've worn them out. And that breaks my heart. I that's the part I can't swallow, and I can't sleep at night without doing something about it.
Right. Now, do you find a lot of satanic cults, are customers of a lot of these sex traffickers, human traffickers, to use these kids for rituals?
It's so open on the internet. That's the thing. They can use Craigslist or Backpage or any of these things. They're just advertising the kids right there on the internet. You can hook up with them. And if you watch, like Dateline NBC has that show Predators, or To Catch a Predator. And
right.
You're seeing these guys going, and it's the same thing. It's so anytown USA, I guess, is the best way to say it. And anybody can be a predator. I guess that's the best word for it. Anybody can be that guy that's trying to buy your kid, and that's the sad part.
Yes, that's too bad right there. So, like I said, you said that in order to safeguard your kids from that, parents need to find out what's going on with their kids more than they're doing, and not use the music and the TV set as a babysitter.
That's right. Get back to family. Get back to having dinner with each other, talking to each other. Get involved in sports with your kids. Get involved. Don't use any of that as a way to push your kid off, but instead get involved and show them you're proud of them and that you love them and accept them as they are. That's it. The key to this is pastors, youth pastors, teachers, principals, parents. All you guys just, you need to know where your kids are, and you need to know where your youth are and what they're doing. Get involved in their life and get involved in a faith-based program.
That's not
just
always
put
safe here.
Jesus as your center. That's without him. I say it all the time that his blood truly covers, and without it, none of us, can even be here, and we're not worthy of it. But thank God he gave his life for us, and that's it, man. Just be aware of your surroundings and know what's going on, and know what's going on in your community. There's plenty of program and opportunity for you to get out there and help and get involved. And Ray and Junior and those guys are great too. Just read.
Okay, that's pretty much the end of the video. This video was actually downloaded in 2016. The name of the video, the name of the channel is called thugexposed.org. That is a channel on YouTube if you guys want to go check it out. And I know he was talking about faith-based, get your kids involved in faith-based organizations and things like that. But we did a video last night about the pastor, what was his name, Andre Thorpe, how he groomed and molested over and over again this one little boy in particular, and he is now in prison serving a 40-year prison sentence. The family even moved away from North Carolina, and the pastor had such a hold over the teenager, which is now 19, that he went and abducted the boy. He tattooed his name on the boy's body, like a tattoo of ownership, and even faith-based organizations. You can't, put your kids in the hands of faith-based, I'm sorry, I can't say that, organizations either. You just really have to be there for your children.
I'm sorry, I can't say that. Organizations either.
I'm sorry.
You just really have to be there for.
I keep forgetting to turn the volume down. And you can't trust anybody with your children, and you have to make it. We can't be with our kids 24 hours a day, but we have to have these conversations with our children. Yes, Carla, he said it's done in plain sight, and it crosses over our boundaries, our socioeconomic status. Everybody is at risk. You could become a victim of human trafficking. And did you hear him when he said they are not only using you for sex trafficking, they're also using these people for labor. It is modern day slavery. That is crazy. Jessica said, child, after last night's video, the churches ain't even safe, the school or anything else. Do you see what I'm saying? That is why they took Epstein. Yep, that's why they took him out. But did you know, speaking of Epstein, did you notice how he brushed over that conversation when he asked him about, kids being stolen for, for sacrifices and stuff like that? He breezed right over that right there. He didn't even touch it, because he probably don't want to, end up like Epstein end up. Okay. Hey, Mickey, how you doing? Mickey says, GM Miss O in chat. this is some devil's mess. But needs to be. It absolutely needs to be known. And I agree with you, Miss Enlightened. It's a shame. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And that is important. The reason why I want to have share these videos with you guys this morning. There is so much more information out there, and I hope that you guys will search some of this information, out for yourselves, because the reason why, the predominant reason, but now none of our kids are safe across the board, but particularly in the urban metropolitan Black community, our young Black girls and women and men, but moreover our young Black girl and women, we are at high risk as it pertains to becoming victims of human trafficking, mostly because our community is unprotected via lack of men, via lack of male support. And so as a collective, Black women are left defenseless. We have nothing but ourselves to protect us and our children most times. And we know that a lot of times you even have to protect your kids from people in your own family. They will prey on your children, even in your own family. School, church, mentoring programs like the Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Our children are not safe anymore. In particular, if you are a single parent, you need to be, particularly vigilant over your children, because single moms, they have to work. They literally can't be with their children all day. But, and these predators know this. They know that you can't be with your children, every day. We've heard story after story of kids, bad things happening to children while they were in daycare. It's not safe. What do you do? The one thing that you could do is pray and try to talk to your children and notice if they have any changes in them. They may be scared. They may have been threatened. If you say something, I'm going to kill your whole family. You need to let them know. In my family, I tell them in particular, if anybody ever threatens you in this way, you come and tell me. Ain't nobody going to kill your mama, because I'm not going to let them. We are not going to let them harm you. You let me know what is going on with you. You have to be vigilant. But even if you tell them that, you still have to look out for the warning signs. Do you see what I'm saying? That one of the tactics in particular is particularly insidious is the lover boy tactic. And I imagine that tactic is real easy to put forth on Black women, because we have such a lack of men in our community. You know what I mean? They tell you they love you, all this and all that. I saw a video of a young woman that was warning Black women in particular about dating interracially. A lot of these men want to date interracially with you, or doing nothing but preying on you and your children. They see you as a victim. In particular, if you are Black and you are a single mother, they are preying on you. They are promising you the world, but they are only trying to put you in a bad situation. Not only sex trafficking, domestic violence, child molestation, all of these things are being put upon, us in this community. And like I said, as Black women, we are being left defenseless. The only option that we have is to protect ourselves once again, and, remain vigilant and try to let everybody know what's going on and take nothing for granted. Do you see what I'm saying? And that is the reason why I want to do this video this morning. I'm going to get off of here. I'm sorry it was so long. We're going to come back and revisit this conversation again. I know that you guys have to go. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope this video stays up, but I played so much information. I don't even care. I just wanted to get it out. It was weighing on my heart ever since, really before last night, really. It's just ever growing. I keep seeing video after video, news report after news report of girls gone missing, but mostly on the media, on the news, you see these little white girls gone missing. They don't mind reporting them, even if they feel like they're runaway. They don't mind reporting them. But what about our girls? Our girls and our lives matter too. Okay? And we are left to protect and defend ourselves. And for that reason, I want to share this video with you guys today. Thank you guys for interacting. I'm going to get off of here. You guys have a nice rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk to you guys a little later. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to smile at somebody. Please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Please share this video. And until next time, I love you guys. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Peace.